Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping here, my name is Taylor. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Kylie Royal Peach Palette. Looks like this. And I can show you what the shades look like. Comes in a nice palette, and it also comes with a shader brush, which actually is pretty good quality. So today we're going to be doing a eye look with this, which is why I look a little funny right now. I pretty much did my whole entire face, and I will list the products below, what I use to do my foundation and blush and bronzer and all that other stuff with. So you can look in the description box. If you have any questions, make sure to post some comments below and I will get back to you. Also, make sure to subscribe on your way out, and if you hit the little bell notification right below, you will get notified of when I post a video. I post at least 1 to 2 times a week, every week, so make sure you stop by and take a look or hit that little button below and it will notify you so you won't forget. If you would like to see the look I'm about to do using the Kylie Royal Peach Palette, then stay tuned and we'll get into it now. So to start off this look, I'm going to be using the two colors in the palette called Sorbet and Sandy. And I'm going to be mixing those together to use as a base. And for the brush, I'm just using a Cosette shader brush, and I will put that in the description box below, the actual number of the brush that I used. And for blending, I sort of put Sorbet up at the top and Sandy towards the bottom of the lid and in the middle of the crease. For the inner part of my crease, I used the shade Peachy, and I mixed a little bit of Duke in with that, and I'm just blending that in very well. I used the shade Peachy for the, I would say the main part of my crease, and then the shade Duke I used and kept that to the outer third of my eye and the lower part of my crease. And you want to make sure you blend these shades out really well, especially if you're not using an eyeshadow primer, because the first time I used this palette, I actually had a really hard time with the matte shades. They showed up sort of patchy. So this time was a lot better with a primer, but if you don't have one, you want to make sure you spend a lot of your time blending. For the lids, I used the shade Queen Bee first. I wanted to put a decent layer of this on my lid. Now, with this time around, I had a really hard time with the shimmer shadows, and I'll explain that later on when I get to the review part of the video. And as you can see right here, I was having a really hard time with a extreme amount of fallout. And I was trying to sort of flick this up to have like a winged shimmer look. And it just wasn't turning out the way that I wanted it. So you'll see I'm going to add another shadow in a second. Now I'm trying out the Kylie brush, and actually I made a mistake before, so I was using the shade Duchess for my lid, and now I'm applying Queen Bee over top. The Duchess shade sort of blended in too much with the crease peachy color, so I added Queen Bee on top to make it sort of a gold fleck color. And this is just one of my Morphe brushes. I'm using the color Cinnamon on the outer lower lash line, which is sort of like a dark burnt red color. And I'm just keeping that very, very close to the lash line. Now I'm going back in with Duke, and I'm going to use that as the darker color, and I'm pushing that even tighter to the lash line. That way it'll be sort of like a gradient from Duke to Cinnamon. Now I was really excited about this shadow the whole time I was trying to make a look or figure out what I wanted to do with this palette. I used the shade Mojito, which is sort of like a olive shimmer shade. Now when you look at it in the palette, it really looks green. When you put it on your eyes, it was a very, very bright gold color. And I know Jeffree Star actually did a video on the Kylie Royal Peach Palette, and he used the shade Mojito, and it looked fantastic. So I could not wait to use this. I blended this into my inner corners as a highlight, and I also pushed it into that cinnamon shade as well to fade it out. For my highlight, I'm using the JOUER Citrine highlighter, and I'm just putting that on my brow bones since there wasn't a brow bone highlight color in the Kylie Royal Peach palette. I was sort of disappointed about that, but nowadays we have so many highlights that it really didn't matter. I'm sure you can find a brow bone color that's lighter or a highlight that you can pack under your eyebrow that would look just as good. And I'm also using that on my cheekbones, and I bring that up to the forehead as well as my Cupid's bow and nose. I did add a little bit to my chin as well this day. I normally get pretty oily, but it was later on in the afternoon, so I did add highlighter in all the spots that I would normally add it. If I was keeping my makeup on all day long, I would probably go a little bit lighter on the highlighter. For the lips, I'm using the Oasis JOUER gloss. And for the base, I used the JOUER Terra Color Lip Cream and just put Oasis on top. And it turned out very nude and very pretty. Didn't take away from the eye color at all. Hi everyone, so I am back. I just finished putting my Lily Ghalichi lashes on, and these are the Lash Luxe. And they're very flirty and light. I did add a small bit of liner on the front, but I didn't do a wing liner or anything, so I did not include that in the actual tutorial. This was my eye look I made from the Royal Peach Palette by Kylie Jenner. And my opinions are, so the very first time that I used this, I did not use any eyeshadow primer, and I had a very hard time with the mattes in the palette. This time I used the eyeshadow primer. I just used my, how rude, I just used my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I put that on my eyelids all the way up to my eyebrows, how I normally do, and just use that as a base for my eyeshadow. And when I did that, I had a lot better time with the mattes. They went on very smooth and blended out very well. The only problem that I did run into is a lot of fallout. I had an extreme amount of fallout, as you can see in the video a few minutes ago, that as soon as I got to the eyelid and started doing the bronze shade, I had a whole bunch of fallout on the end, and I actually forgot to wipe it away. So I did wipe that away when I put my eyelashes on and mascara, but it was a lot more than I thought the very first time I attempted to try the palette. But I did want to try a couple of the different shades. It seems like with this bronzy shade up at the top, this one and this one, these two had a lot of fallout, as well as this one right here. But then when I used this green olive shade in the inner corners of my eyes, barely any fallout at all happened. So I'm not sure whether it's the brush or if it's maybe my technique, but I would love to hear what you guys think and any experiences that you guys may have had. Feel free to comment below. I would love to see everybody's opinions of it, whether you liked it, whether you didn't, if it was a total miss or hit for you. So feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will chit chat back and forth and see what you guys think. So this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do give the palette a thumbs up in my book. I will probably use it again. Is it my go-to palette? Definitely not. I'll stick with my Makeup Geek and ABH or MAC shadows, probably more than this still. and I definitely think that other palettes are better. The colors in this were cool. It's definitely a fun bronzy eye look that you can use all summer long, or really whenever you want. So I will definitely pick it up again, but do I think it's my go-to? Absolutely not. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be uploading some more soon. Also, I'm probably going to be doing my January favorites, which is going to be a bit late, but I wanted to definitely get it out to you guys. And I have the Kylie palette, the Kylie's Diary, the Valentine's Day palette, coming in the mail, so I will have a tutorial on that as well shortly. So don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. I post 1 to 2 videos a week, and also in the description box I put my Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and email in case you guys have any questions or you want to suggest anything new for me to try for you. So feel free to contact me at any time. I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.